Kroll, but you've seen him before. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's in like RoboCop and Terminator, all that kind of stuff. And he's like a background character most of the time. And he very rare. He always plays a cop, but he very rarely plays a good guy. Sometimes he does, but every time I see him, it's like, it's Commander Kroll. He's coming for you. He's very intimidating. But it's like very 70s, 80s out, because it's like he just treats everybody like total shit, and they just take it. And it's like, oh yeah, that wouldn't fly nowadays, you know. But the premise is really good. The premise is like amazing, and since like nobody, like nobody's heard of like a rock band, and so they start their own rock band, and they get like really famous, like stealing Beatles songs and stuff, and stuff like that, you know. And then they get too famous, because then Commander Kroll's on the case. And one of the good episodes was like they live in like the government is like a fascist government, right? And the teenage boy of the family gets drafted, and he does really well, and then the commander really likes him, and he, something to the effect that he collects his hand is severed off, and like so he makes it a point to chop whenever he kills an enemy. He chops their hands off, and he's got like this giant hand collection, you know.
That sounds pretty fascist, Nazi-esque.
Yeah. Oh shit! This is not what I wanted. Damn it! It's the wrong thing.
I saw you were talking about cutting off hands.
I know, right? And the kid gets like called into the office because he did really good and something, and he's like, "Oh man, nice hand collection." I'm thinking like,
his hand collection.
He's like when I grow up, I want to collect noses or something like that, you know. But
I mean, I wouldn't want anything to rot, right?
I mean, they did. I mean, I think they did a really good job with what they had to work with, you know.
Is it one of those things like if we watched it now, we'd be like, dude, this is rough?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, probably if you guys watched it without nostalgia glasses,
you're right.
You'd be like, oh my god, this is fucking terrible.
Like the Highwayman.
I don't remember the Highwayman. It sounds familiar, but I mean, it's worth a watch. It's like, yeah, it's like the first 15 minutes is really terrible, but after you get through the first 15 minutes, it's like, once they get to the alternate reality, they explore a lot of social issues, let's say, you know, dealing with fascist society. Like the first place they come across is like, it's just a city full of androids, and they mine this material, and the reason why they use androids is because the material gives off like this radiation that kills humans, and so, but you wouldn't know they were androids unless they told you. And when they get to the place, the androids just assume that they're new androids, and they like get them set up in a house and jobs and everything. And then the mom's like, man, I'm really not feeling well. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then she goes to the store and like, you guys got any aspirin? And they're like, what's aspirin? And like when you go to the store to get food, it's like just called food.
Oh, we got his noodle.
And you know, it's like they got cans of meat. And it's just called meat. And she's like asked the cashier like, what kind of meat is this? It's like, what do you mean, what kind of meat it is? It's meat. Wow, this flesh wash on these dudes is really making them come together. Really making them come alive. Yeah, they look like total dog shit until you put this wash on.
That's maybe why they call it talent in the bottle, man.
I guess so. We don't have to be. We don't need skill anymore. We just need freaking flesh wash.
You just need technique, man.
Cheat codes.
That's what Slapshot is, basically. It's just
I mean, the before and after on these dudes is... I mean, really, the model maker, the sculptor, is really the hero of the show. You know,
Yeah.
you got a good sculpt, and you know how to put paint on. It's gonna come together and look amazing. You know. Woo! Man, he's got a fat belly. Let me get that off of there. You know, some of it. Oh man, dude, this guy is gonna make you cry for littering. I'm telling you. He looks awesome. Oh, missed the leg. I don't know if that's showing up clear in the camera, but it is what it is at this point. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, I already said... Oh no!
What did you do?
This guy fell off his base, dog diggity.
Wasn't me this time.
Ah. Stupid dollar store. Super glue. You failed me again. Actually, I think what happened was it's like I didn't file the I base coated these guys and then I didn't file off the paint before I glued them down. Damn it, bro. Let me see if I can't. Let me see if I can't file down some of this paint off of here. I did find a file eventually. That ought to make him stick. That'll do ya. File this base down. Rough her up a little bit. Luckily, this glue is still good from last week. It doesn't have a cap on it, but it's still working. Okay, I gotta set that guy over here. Make sure not to touch him again. Alright. Oh! Knocked another guy down. Oh well. Alright, let me... Boom.
House cards over there.
I know. Okay. This guy is not my favorite. He looks kind of terrible. Ooh. Yeah, you put this wash on, it's like, ooh, he's scary looking. And then, like, it looks one way now, and then once they dry, we come back next week and they'll look totally different. You know?
Usually I've noticed it dries a little bit lighter. But, I usually like the way it looks when it dries.
Yeah, I have learned my lesson, like, you don't paint their eyes unless you absolutely have to, because they turn out looking googly-eyed, you know, and you don't want that. Nobody wants a googly eye. Okay, now it's time. Do I want to do strong tone or satchel brown?
I mean, I've got light tone and mid tone over here, or mid brown.
Let me see
Strong
mid-tone.
tone.
Let's try mid-tone.
There's light and mid brown. I don't know which one you want. But we have to look at those.
Let me do mid-brown. Let me try it. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Nice hand collection.
Nice hands you got there.
Or, well, The Walking Dead with the, was it the governor that had the hand collection? I had the head collection, he had the hand collection.
Yeah, but weren't those his friends or something? Or his
Some of
loved
his friends were,
ones?
some were, yeah, his he still had his daughter as a zombie.
Which is not weird at all.
I mean, dude, it's a zombie apocalypse. There's gonna be some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? That's part of the course. You know.
Yeah, I know. I watched. I stopped watching after the governor. Like when they got to the dude with the
Negan.
Negan. Yeah, that's when I stopped watching. It's like this guy's too hardcore for me.
If you like me and don't even start in the first place.
I stopped watching because, like, I guess, like, we got rid of our satellite because we realized we had satellite for like 3 shows. So we were basically spending like $150 a month for 3 shows that weren't on all the time. And so I stopped watching The Walking Dead and then never really got back into it.
The only Walking Dead I did was that Telltale video game, and man, that was fantastic.
I read the comic books back in the day. Like I've got like the first 3 trade paperbacks. They're a lot different from like the show.
Man, that looks fantastic.
Even though the writer of the comic books works on the show. Also, it's like it's they're 2 different mediums. So.
Man, these guys are getting harder to handle. Yeah, without fucking them up. Oh man, night and day. Yeah, these guys, man. Yeah. Once you, it's like it's a struggle at first to get these guys right, but then they start really coming together. They start really just coming together. I don't want to do the I don't want to do the feathers because I think the feathers look good, bright and shiny.
What you got there? Which ones did you most recently do?
These 3.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, I just washed a flesh wash on all of them, but now I'm doing the brown. Now I gotta do the horse. And we're just gonna get a horsey flesh wash. Or I'm just gonna wash the whole horse. And the dude and everything. Just pull everything together.
It is crazy how much wash just brings all together.
Yeah, it really, it pulls the detail out.
It's always funny because, like, people I know that don't know anything about miniature painting, like, they'll see the stuff I've washed and they'll just be like, man, that's so good. You're so good at painting. And I'm like, not really. I just know how to use washes. I'm okay. I just okay at doing washes.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's all about technique. You need a lot of it, though. Damn, I'm burning through this stuff. Of course, this is a pretty big model. This is a mounted dude.
One thing I was thinking of, Resident Alien. It also kind of reminds me in some ways of like Dexter. Because, you get like the internal monologue. He's like, oh, I'm an alien, I would murder you all. Whereas Dexter's like, I'm a serial killer, I would murder you all.
Like, they always bring them right to the edge of, oh, humans aren't that bad after all. I'm going to save the humans. They always bring you right to where he should be making that conclusion. And then he's like, nah, I'm still going to kill them all. And it's like, they tease
like
you
the one
constantly.
He likes that one girl, and he's like, I don't want to murder her, but everyone else is fair.
Everyone else can fuck off, but I don't want this one girl to die. Yeah, that's kind of like right where I'm at in the show. So you've seen the show.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where I'm at right now. Is
Have you gone to the convention, the alien convention?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. I have gone to the alien
yeah.
convention.
That was
I've actually gone to New York.
okay.
So
Where he met. Okay.
yeah. Man, this brown is working out really well.
It's
It's not overpowering. What?
because they have Sarah Connor.
Yeah, they have what's her name? The lady who plays Sarah
The
Connor.
lady who plays Sarah Connor. Yeah, she's good in it.
And then like the girl who works for her, the government lady. I was like, man, she looks really familiar. But we looked her up on IMDb, and she's not anybody. Like who she reminds me of is the lady on Law and Order SVU. You know?
Okay.
That-
Mishka Harkite?
Yeah. That's who I thought she was, or she was related to, or something. But she's not. She's just some random, probably Canadian.
Oh, we watched the show called Dead Boy Detective Agency. And it's basically about these two dead boys that go around solving crimes. Like, usually people who got, murdered. And then, like, trying to, like, solve their murders and stuff like that. And it's British. Like, the characters are British, but it's pretty good. The thing that's weird about it is the lady who, Penny from The Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister, they rent a room in America. They go to America and it's Penny's real life sister plays the lady they got the room from.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm watching it the whole time, like why does she look familiar? And then she has a bunch of tattoos. The character does. And so, like maybe I just don't recognize her because of the tattoos, like maybe that's, And then I look
This
it up
one,
and it's,
if you want to be a television actor, do not get tattoos. Unless you're like Dwayne Rock Johnson or something.
or you're, what's his name?
Aquaman,
No, the Mexican guy.
Fluffy.
No, he was in
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
But then you're always going to play that gangster.
Did you ever see that interview where he talks about his first acting gig, where they ask him if he can? Do you think that you could try to rob a convenience store? He's like, yeah, sure, I can rob a convenience store. And it's like, and he had like robbed real convenience stores like his life throughout his life.
Yeah.
And like he's like, everybody on the fucking ground, get down. But I said, don't look at me, and all this stuff, And after they were filming, like, wow, that was amazing. That really felt real. How did you do that? They asked him, where did you learn how that technique? And he's like, at the Quickie Mart, It's like,
It's like Lee Ermey with
military stuff.
yeah.
I just remember I was watching a Ice-T. He was talking about how when he first started rapping, he had never actually rapped. But he convinced this guy to like basically buy an album from him. And the guy's like, well, I want to hear your stuff. And the guy was like, he's like, no, I'm not going to let you hear my stuff. You either believe I've got it or not. He's like, if I was a grenade salesman, I wouldn't let you take a grenade and throw the grenade. And the guy was like, okay. So he signed him. He's like, man, did you go to business school? He's like, no, but I did sell grenades.
Sell me this pen.
Yeah, I saw with Danny Trejo just talked like about his life and like how he had this uncle that was like a gangster.
Yeah.
And he looked up to him and stuff, and then he went to prison and then he realized he had to change his life or he was gonna basically die in prison or something really bad. And then he talked about when he met Selma Hayek he had the tattoo on the lady on his chest that looks just like Selma Hayek.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the first times he sees her, he was like, I knew you before I knew you. And at first he was like, oh shit, I think I just scared her and she's never going to want to talk to me. But instead she was like, hey, come over to my house and I'll make tacos, you know, and like they became friends.
Follow the white rabbit.
But yeah, and then they were talking about like, yeah, you're going to meet this guy. He's like a real gangster and like, you know, we're not saying you, but don't piss him off. That's all we're saying.
Go for some tacos tonight.
Danny Trejo does have his own restaurant. And it helps people who used to be in prison.
Like Danny Trejo's Eat It or Else.
I just remember so I remember thinking Danny Trejo was huge, like a big guy, you know, because like in every movie he plays this bigger than life character, you know what I mean? That's like just this. And then when he was on, what was it, Sons of Anarchy? Did you ever watch Sons of Anarchy? The motorcycle gangster gang?
I know what you're talking about.
Well, he shows up on that, and the thing is that all the people on that show are like 6'3" or taller, you know? So he shows up, and I think he's only like 5'7", 5'8", you know what I mean?
Which is not short.
Not short, but not giant like these other guys, you know? And I just remember thinking, like, I'm slightly less afraid of, I'm still afraid of Danny Trejo. I'm not gonna fight him or anything, but like, you know,
A couple more inches shorter. I'll think about it though.
yeah, you know, like he gets another 20 years old, you know, man, I think I could take him, you know, but
I am ready to mount these guys to their horses. The white horses are not great. Not great at all.
you can always hit him with some wash. And then,
Wash them what color?
so if you hit him with like a brown, it'll make him like a tan, right?
Yeah, but they're supposed to be white horses.
Oh, okay. Well, you're right.
Well, luckily, I still have stupid glue. So, oh.
Hmm.
Ah! Don't fall off your horsey.
Well, we've been playing Stardew Valley at my house.
Mm-hmm.
That show, that's if anyone doesn't know, it's like Animal Crossing,
Mm-hmm.
but with people instead of weird animal people, and like older school graphics. It's pretty fun.
Ah!
Yeah, I hear good stuff about it. I think it was developed by one person.
Yeah, it's pretty well done. I mean, like, there's some things here and there you're kind of like, it's a little cheesy, but then other things you're like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I like it. It's cheesy.
Come on, stay. I almost want to squeeze these guys' legs together, but I don't think that'll work. Okay.
And the other thing is like, everyone now plays it a little different, so like their games are kind of evolving differently. So my wife, like, she got the automatic sprinklers, and so like it just basically the farm does all the farming basically by itself almost. She has to go plant it and then pick it, but other than that, you know, that's about it. Well, then because of that, she has so much extra time. She like talks to all the people and gets to like know all the gossip around town and like, you know, all the stuff. And
You know what I just realized? I realized that this
Pretty
guy
funny.
should be blue. This guy should be blue. And this is the mounted version. And that's the unmounted version. So I gotta fix this guy super quick before this blue dries up. And that way I have a mounted version and an unmounted version. And then I gotta fix that guy's hat. And he's got brown pants. Yeah, brown pants and blue jacket. So let me get this guy a blue jacket.
I'm gonna like
I don't think I even washed this guy yet, so that's good. And that's going to tie these two guys together. So I have a mounted version and unmounted version of these two dudes.
How much battery power is it eating up to do this?
To do what?
71? That's not bad. I've made a little spotlight here.
Do you need a light? Because I got lights. Do you need more light? I can point it down. I have the light
You've got a little pin light or something like that. I don't want a big giant floodlight on you or anything like that, but just this little bitty
I have a
is
flood.
perfect.
Let me paint his head.
Makes
Hopefully
all
it
the
doesn't
difference.
fall off.
I say that's the downside of getting older, is man, you need so much more light.
Yeah. Can't see shit anymore.
Or you can see it, but then after you're like an hour, your eyes are just like so tired.
Okay, so this is mounted, unmounted version. This guy needs a little something, something. Oh, he's gonna dry though. One of these dudes fell off his base. I think it is the dude that is pants. That's why he doesn't have a wash on him. He fell off his base. Okay, so all my guys are pretty much done. I may have to do some touch up. Oh, I gotta paint green grass on the horses. But now I gotta wait for the glue to dry on the horses. And I probably have to retouch up the red and the black on their hair. For the most part, I think they're looking pretty good. This guy does not look like he's washed very well. Oh, I think I missed this guy. I must have missed this guy because he is looking better now. What was I using? Mid-brown? Give me 2 more drops. Mid-brown. Yeah, this guy has not been done yet. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. Oh, I gotta put. I don't know if I gotta put silver on their gun or not. I could put black. I mean, and not all the rifles were silver back then. Some of them were black.
Tell us more, historian Franz.
Well, I mean, I've got 2 Civil War muskets, and 1 silver and 1 black.
Oh, that's cool. Like the steel's black, or like the
Yeah,
wood?
the steel is black.
That's pretty cool.
That guy's been done. Okay, everybody looking pretty good. Everybody looking pretty good. I'm gonna give over the shoulder. Are you still painting?
I'm doing my space station 0, guys.
I'm not even halfway done. Yay!
Over the shoulder on that,
I'm the
making more
slowest-
self-conscious.
Slowest painter ever.
Well, I mean, when I say I'm done with this stage. I can't go any farther without fucking anything.